Hi, I'm Dr. MayaShakti, and today we're going to have a source tapping session. I'm grateful that you've chosen to take care of yourself in this way. The reason I'm sharing this work is because it has helped me, and honestly, at this time, our Earth and our planet, and individually, we all need a little bit of help. And let's be honest, a lot of bit of help. And so source tapping has really supported me in my time of need, and I wish and desire to share it with others. And so I'm going to speak about it for a few minutes. If you've already heard my spiel, then feel free to skip ahead right to the source tapping session. And if not, what I'd like to share with you today is first, you will need to be in a quiet and kind of safe space. You don't want people running around or kind of watching you while you're doing this because it has the potential to really go deep. Have some water and maybe a pen or paper, or I use my laptop or computer to write down some insights afterwards. So source tapping, what is it? It's basically EFT, emotional freedom technique, that was developed by psychologists in the 1970s. And so this evolution of it is just that, it's an evolution of it. And my mentor, who actually just passed away this January 2022, so it's kind of like an ode to her, Meryl Hershey, she was the one who taught it to me. And it was an evolution of learning it from her. And so don't be too hard on yourself if this one session you don't have it nailed down. It does take time. I'm going to give you my tricks and guide you as best I can so you can really just benefit from it without having to really get into the academia and understanding and learning about what's behind the scenes and why it is. And you don't have to understand meridians. You can just trust that this is something that really, really works. This is energy medicine, and psychology is really taken to liking this, and energy psychology is really exploding with EFT. It's probably one of the most beneficial energy medicine techniques that is out there right now. And so I'm sharing it with you today in the hopes that it can support you with your anxiety, depression, cravings, intense, challenging emotions. I mean, you name it, right? When there's a good technique, it kind of helps everything. It's like meditation. It's like, what is meditation not helpful for? And so I'm excited about that. Some information you need to know before we get started is tapping doesn't require you to physically hurt yourself. Tapping is just, we're going to be tapping in different parts, which I'll be guiding. And it's mostly just like, kind of like that sort of, like it doesn't hurt, but it's not like so light that you don't feel it. So something in between. Obviously, you don't need to bruise yourself. Another thing is that you might be experiencing emotions that shift, and that's okay. I mean, with trauma, the way it works from my perspective as a psychologist is that you have to go through it in order to release it. We always want to kind of run away from pain or discomfort. And it's only when we get to the point where we're so tired of running and clearly it's not working that we end up in a professional's office. So here you are in front of a psychologist, in front of a doctor of clinical psychology, and I'm here to tell you that there is a way out, but it is through. And so we together are going to go through some challenging emotion, but the exciting part is we're opening it up in order to clear it out. It's like you are going to pull out all this, like all these clothes that you no longer want in your closet, and it's going to look a little bit messy for, a few moments, but once they're cleared out, you get to have a really clear and organized closet. And so that's my hope for you today, that you go on this journey with me and that you clear out things that are no longer serving you. Another piece of information is that source tapping, like the name suggests, is source. It's kind of this guidance from above. And so, not to get all spiritual on you, but the healing really happens kind of through us, right? It's kind of like when we get a cut. Are you the one who's like sewing it together? Are you the one that's like creating that little house? I call it a house, but it's like, I don't even know the name of it, but it's like the scab, right? It's like that scab house. Like you're not building it, but there's something kind of like happening for you. It's like the white cells in your body, the healing force within your being, the blood, the oxygen. I mean, everything is kind of coming together and creating this healing potential. And so the same thing with this source tapping. It's not like I am healing you. I'm merely guiding you to allow the healing to take place, right? We're creating the conditions for healing to arise. And so in that case, you don't even have to worry, like, is it going to work? Is it not going to work? It's for sure going to work, because all we have to do is provide the right healing, just like your cut is going to heal, because if you treat it with the healing properties it necessarily needs, then it will just naturally heal. So definitely having trust is a big component. Like all placebo, when we believe in something, it has that extra energy behind it, which is proven, and you can look up placebo effect on your own time. So water is really good to have. Here's my recycled bottle. And water, what that does is it helps with the conduction of energy, right? Because when we're doing clearing and energy, and whether it's a massage or anything, when we drink, it allows what's no longer serving us to have that liquidation to find its way out. I think I've covered everything. I might stop and give a few more tips, but I just encourage you to just fully jump in with me. Of course, if something doesn't feel comfortable, or if I say something, feel free to slightly omit. Feel free to edit what I say. I'm just giving you the script, and from there you can kind of venture off into your own magical world and really alter it. And so we're going to be working with the metaphor of a tree. And so taking a moment now and sitting comfortably in your seat, imagining you are a tree deeply rooted into the ground, the branches all around. And so the branches is your conscious mind, and the roots deep down below is your unconscious. So we're going to clear this trauma. We're going to clear this bothersome thing from the conscious through out into the unconscious. And so what people have described after these types of sessions is, yes, that thing happened to me, right? That annoying thing, that upsetting thing happened to me, but I just don't feel that activation anymore. And that's really the key, because the same thing could happen to two different people, but one person is traumatized by it, right? One person is, having like PTSD, remembering it over and over, and it's affecting their lives. It's affecting their ability to make money, to have meaningful relationships. The other person, they experienced it, and their takeaway was, wow, that really sucked, and I'm grateful I'm alive, right? Or I'm grateful I X, Y, and Z. And so there's no shame or judgment on either one of these people. I'm here just to provide you a tool so that you can feel empowered to know that you have choices in your life. You can choose to feel upset about this, and that is your 100,000,000% right. And you might choose at some point that you would like to lessen the charge that you have. And that's what I'm here to share with you, is that we can do this for ourselves. And that is such an amazing gift that has helped me and my patients that I've worked with. And so today I'm offering it to you. So let's get to it, okay? Source tapping, we are doing it. So this is a good time to pause and get comfortable. Just sitting with your back straight and feeling really relaxed, straight, but not too upright. And now let's begin. What's bothering you? Scale it from 0 to 10. 0 being, nothing's bothering me. And 10 being, I'm really activated. Anywhere between an 8 will do. And now imagine you are a tree, and we will be clearing the branches, the conscious mind, to the roots, the subconscious. This is where we call in source energy, higher power, God, your higher self, the universe, or a beloved person in your life that is either living or on the other side. We say a little prayer such as simple as, be with me now, and as complicated as whatever you'd like to fill in the blanks. So just take a moment doing that. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth is good for this practice. And now think about the issue that we are working on and start to lightly tap the points below. You can use about 3-4 fingers to tap, and just repeat after me out loud if you can. I release this issue And you can say it, I release this issue, this upset, this anger, this resentment to source. And when I say source, again, please fill in the blank for what works for you. To transform it and my relationship to it, never to take it back or passively receive it back. Now we're going to massage the sore spot above the left breast, gently rubbing in a circle towards the shoulder. And we're going to say this 3 times. Repeat after me. Even though I have this issue, you can fill in the blank of what that issue is. I want to totally and completely love and accept myself. Continuing to breathe through your nose and out through your mouth. Even though I have this issue, I want to totally and completely love and accept myself. Last time, even though I have this issue, I am ready to totally and completely love and accept myself. Topping the top of your crown, I bring in source energy into all the branches, to the deepest roots around this issue, and I ask for healing of the highest good. Very good. Let's get started. Inner eyebrows, right here. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. I release the sadness in all the branches to the deepest roots surrounding this issue. And now hold the fingers still and say out loud. And the sadness is about taking a deep breath through the nose, feeling into what is the sadness about. And then with the exhale, letting it just go. Very good. You're going to catch on. We're going to keep this basically throughout all the meridian points that we're going to be touching. Under the eye, fear. Say after me. I release the fear in all the branches to the deepest roots around this issue. On the inhale, hold the fingers still, no tapping, breathing in, and the fear is about. And exhale with a, just imagine the exhale, you're literally releasing all the fear, and you can imagine it as like a grayish energy exhaling. I'm just giving you extra points that you can add on to this buffet of healing, or you can choose to omit. Under the nose and under the lip. The lip. This is shame and embarrassment. You can use like your 2 fingers like that. You can go like that. I'm going to go like this. Breathing in. I release the shame and embarrassment in all the branches to the deepest roots around this issue. Hold fingers still, stop tapping, breathing in and saying internally or externally to yourself. And the shame and embarrassment in all the branches to the deepest roots around this issues is, and then you exhale, just let it go. Very good. Collarbone, under the collarbone, right here. Close to the breastbone. I release the hurt and the grief in all the branches to the deepest roots around this issue. Hold the fingers still and say, and the hurt and the grief are about, just let it come up naturally like a bubble to the surface, and exhale those feelings. If at any point you feel really charged in any particular area, feel free to do it again. Just pause and do that area again. Under the arm, right here, like the bra line, right under the armpit. If it's sore, that's good. Just keep tapping that sore spot. That means you got some trapped energy in that meridian area. I release the guilt in all the branches to the deepest roots around this issue. Stop tapping. Breathe in while visualizing. The guilt is about, and exhale those feelings. Third eye, in between the eyebrows. I release the trauma in all the branches to the deepest roots around this issue. Hold the fingers still and say internally. And the trauma is about breathing in through the nose and let it all out. Those feelings, exhale them. The third eye is a good one to do twice if you feel it. It's very activated. Inside the wrists, I release the pain and all the branches to the deepest roots surrounding this issue. Hold fingers still and internally say, and the pain is about, and exhale those feelings. Little finger, tap on the inside near the ring finger next to the nail and say, I release all the anger in all the branches to the deepest roots around this issue. Hold fingers still and internally just feel the anger breathing in. And now exhale those feelings. Anger has served a purpose and now it's time to let it go, to let in some new energy in. Optional addiction point. I release the addiction in all the branches to the deepest roots related to this issue or craving. Hold the finger still and say, and the addiction is about, and exhale. Last one, index finger tapping nearest the thumb next to the nail. And say at least 3 of the following. I release all the energy invested in this issue so that I can use the energy for my own well-being. Amen. Another. I totally and completely forgive myself for forgetting I am doing the best that I know how. The best that I can. The best that I knew at that moment in time. And last one, I totally and completely forgive myself for allowing this issue to disturb my peace of mind. And then you could replace one of those with another 2 that I have. I totally and completely forgive myself, and I intend on forgiving everyone else involved. That's a good one, especially if this is related to upset feelings from other people. And lastly, I totally and completely forgive myself, and I ask for the wisdom to see that everyone involved was acting from a place of their own unmet needs. It's a hard one, but yes, it's good. Now drop your hands, close your eyes, and take a deep breath through your nose. Exhale slowly. Since nature abhors a vacuum, let's bring in a positive to replace what we've released. This is a good time to take a big gulp of water and continuing. As your eyes are closed, what positive feelings or state of being, such as peace, love, pleasure, joy, would you like to anchor in? Close your eyes now and remember a time when you felt those emotions, whichever one you decide, joy, pleasure, love, peace. Notice where now you feel it in your body. This is the work. It's not just easy to do this. This is where we really have to reach, because this is the energy state, the vibration that we're literally anchoring in. So I need you to really step up right now and make it happen. This is when we bring in the cute puppies, the cat videos, pleasure, a time that you felt good, maybe clean sheets. It's not a judgment on you. It's whatever feels good that you can get yourself to feeling good. And just breathe in slowly through your nose and exhale through the mouth. And I'm going to activate for you right now the specific divinity codes that were passed down to me from my mentor. You don't have to do anything. You just have to receive. And receptivity is putting the tip of your tongue on the roof of your mouth at the gum line between the 2 front teeth and just keeping your tongue there, relaxing really, really slowly and deeply. I call upon and activate the specific divinity codes to support us at the highest level. Now imagining a misty rainfall coming down in silver and gold, beautiful misty rainfall, filling you up with the energy that you've chosen to anchor in, love. I'm going to just say love, and you can replace it with whichever, but love is a great one to start with. And as you breathe in, noticing that this misty divinity frequency codes of light are being breathed in through your nose and starting to fill your whole body with this light energy. Down, 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 all in through your nose. Internally it's coming in, and externally it's misting all throughout your body, hitting the ground below and coming back up from the ground into your body. So as from above, as from below, you are being bathed in this beautiful divine light that is supporting you. And as we continue with this filling you up part, we are going to imagine now every time you breathe in through your nose, you are breathing in the light codes every single time. And you're exhaling what you don't no longer need. And if any of this is hard for you, it doesn't matter. Just be receptive and open to it. And as you do this practice over and over, you can start to add on different parts. It's like a yoga practice. You don't have to stand on your head today, but you can just be present and know that this is an exercise. It takes time and practice. So let's get into it. So just follow along, tapping the top of your head. I bring in, and now we're going to use the positive word, love, or whichever you want, into all the branches, to the deepest roots around this issue. I bring in love into all the branches, to the deepest roots surrounding this issue. And now this is what we're going to be doing. On the exhale, this is a big, big part. It's called the pleasure breath, oxytocin. I can get into it. But for right now, when you breathe in the divinity codes, the light. And on the exhale, it's going to look like this. As funny as it may be, it's going to look like this. You exhale with a smile and a complete release. And if it feels uncomfortable or a little silly, that's all good. Let's be silly. Let's happily and sillily and weirdly release trauma, because I don't want it on me. We gotta clear it off. So let's get started. I bring in love into all the branches, to the deepest roots surrounding this issue. I breathe in that love now. Feel it filling you up. And now exhale with a big smile. You're doing great. I bring in love into all the branches, to the deepest roots surrounding this issue. Hold it. Breathe in your pleasure breath. Big smile. And the noise is not optional. It's important. And now we can just keep it simple. I bring in love. Hold it. The more noisy and deeper the release, the more you will feel the benefit. I bring in love. Very good. To the arm. I bring in love. Keep visualizing that love. Bring it in, breathe in. Hold that vibration and let it out. Very good. Third eye, I bring in love. Breathe that love in, the light codes. Suspending it, feel it up, fill it up, be in it, and exhale it out. I bring in love. Breathe it in. Feel your diaphragm really drop as you breathe out. I bring in lots and lots and lots of love. You may not feel like smiling, but that is the magic. I bring in love. If I don't love myself, who will? If I don't do this for me, who will? Last one, home stretch, people, bringing in love. Smile it up and let it out. Drop your hands, exhale, relax your whole body. You did it. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. You may be crying right now, and that's okay. It needs to release. You may be laughing. You may be really upset, and that's surprisingly also really good. The energy in motion is emotion in movement. So this is all good stuff. I know that sounds really corny and super therapeutic, but that's just the process, you know. We don't have any shame about peeing, and we know that that's all about clearing ourselves out and letting go of what we don't need anymore. And that's the same thing with emotion. We just aren't educated, and so we are freaked out when we cry. We are freaked out when we're laughing uncontrollably. We are freaked out with our intense emotion, but I'm here to tell you that it's just stuff that needs to be released, and there's nothing inherently wrong with you. It's actually a really good sign. And if you're not feeling anything at all, then you know, it's just about activating. It's about really getting into the juiciness of what's hard for you. And I would suggest contacting a professional to guide you if you really need help with this. And that's wonderful if you can find someone. I'm available for consult. You can click on my link below to get more information, to get in touch with me, for me to help you find the right person. I'm here to support you in your process. Thank you so much for doing this for yourself. This is one of the most wonderful gift you can offer yourself is self-healing. Yes, there are people that can support you on your journey, and you can also support yourself. I don't feel like we get to hear that enough, but I can't think of a better healer than you for yourself. Who knows you? Who's going to go into these emotions deeper and give yourself a chance to feel? And getting the support of a professional is incredibly valuable too. I wouldn't be where I am today if I hadn't leaned on the support of my mentors, of my guides. And so now I want you to think back to that disturbing issue, whatever it is that we were working on, and give it a number from 0 to 10. 10 being, I am, again, not happy, and 0 being like, what issue? If it's 2 and under, I would say, great, you could stop right there. If it's about a 2.5 to 3, replay this, do it again. This is your resource. Feel free to listen to it as many times as you need. When I first got into this work, I would do it like a couple of times a day. I would just do it in the car. I mean, it was parked on the side, but like I would, be hitting the steering wheel. I learned some tricks with one hand. I wasn't driving. I was parked on the side. And what else can I give you? What are my other tips? There's no shame in doing it. Like, I used to feel somehow that something was wrong with me because I needed to do this a lot. And I realized that I'm just a really big feeling type of person. I feel a lot and I need to release a lot. It's kind of like someone who likes to go shopping a lot. Like, they just like to shop a lot. And consequently, they are going to have to, if they want a very neat and organized closet, especially if they like that minimalist feeling, they're going to have to release a lot of clothes. And so there's no, I'm not here to judge, who needs to do this more. It's just a matter of if you want to have inner peace, then you will have to clear out what is no longer serving you. Otherwise, these thought entities, traumas, challenges, cravings, addictions are just chilling here in your aura. They're just like whispering. And this exercise, this technique is really great to like flesh it out and flesh it out. And if you have to do it every single day, then you do it. If you have to do 10 times a day, then do it. The whole point is you do what you need to do. Some people exercise a lot, some people don't. It's kind of like your comfort level. If you are really good with like a walk around the park and that's your exercise for the day, great. If you're into like a 2-hour intensive gym, great. Again, no judgments. We don't talk about these things, but I'm here to talk to you about them because I want you to know that it's your practice and you get to do with it what you choose. And so I hope this supported you in any way. If you know of someone, a friend, family member, feel free to share this video so that other people may learn this technique and that they can benefit from it. And again, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below. Hopefully I will continue be posting my greatest techniques that I've learned over the 10 plus years of being a psychologist and basically going into my own healing journey. I wish you the best of luck. You got this. Healing can be fun, at least I think so, because to me it's like it's super necessary, so you might as well enjoy it. That's kind of the way I see it. I don't think there's any human being on this planet that doesn't have some type of suffering or challenges. And so to me, I think of it as like the body. It's like if you want to have a physically fit body that's healthy and is there to support you, then you need to love and take care of it. And the same thing with our emotions. Traumas are not something that happen to unfortunate souls. Traumas are just ways that, experiences have gotten lodged inside us in ways that are not serving our highest purpose anymore. And so we're ready to let them go. I can talk about this a lot, as you can see, but I just want to humbly say from my heart to yours, take care of yourself, take care of you, because you are worthy of your own healing as much as anyone else's. With love and much respect, adios.